G'day ladies and gents. Today is Tuesday, so I think it was Saturday. Ended up getting these ones here. Friday or Saturday? Oh, I can't remember. 22nd I think it was. So today's 26th, yeah, 4 days ago. Alright, so now that's out of the way. I'm going to pop the top on these in a minute and just have a look. There's good numbers of bees coming and going. Some of these ones on the feeder are from elsewhere. They're not bees actually out of this hive, just freeloaders. So I'll pop the top on that in a minute, but here is my Flow-hive. I've just done a little alteration that I'll show, because these bees, I've got another Flow-hive inside that I was using when I got the original call about these bees, and like I say, it was only a big grapefruit sort of size ball, nothing overly large, not even a football size. So I was thinking that they might have left that hive box right before dark because it was just too large, too much of an area to try and warm up. So what I have done is I will save you the boring bit and I'll cut it out. But I'll just take this apart and then I'll show you what I'm talking about. Alright, so back again. Alright, now here, we'll start at the bottom. No, bugger it, we'll go to here. Alright, so I've got a Ceracell round kit that lets you, yep, I'll take those ones out first. It's a sticky way, I'm going to have to do something about that. I've got these little clips that you're pushing on the board and it keeps everything nice and tight, but I'm going to have to make something where these are not going to drop out or something like that, because they will get lost, no doubt. So these are the Ceracell rounds. You put some foundation between them, and that lets the bees put them in these little round things. And you pop it open and you take that out and cut around it with your knife in the morning and chuck it on whatever you want. So I thought they were a nifty little idea. You can buy special containers to put them into and everything else. I'll set those back up in a minute. You watch, I'll lose a clip. I've also got the Flow-hive. It's got the rear door, the access door for putting the tool into, and side windows both sides. So you got good access to see what's going on. Some only have one window on one side. See, these are also a 10 frame box, so that gives you 7 flow frames and 10 standard frames in the bottom. Now in the bottom of this, I like these bee excluders, the queen excluders too. I don't know about the plastic ones. I do like these. Alright, so I've got a feeder in here, and The only thing I don't like about these boxes, they are a little bit long. Like, that end only just sits on there if you push the frame right up. Sometimes if a frame's just a little tiny bit short, they fall in, so I've had to, there's a couple of frames where I've had to sit them. One side's not quite as long as the other, so I've had to sit them like, just to get them nice and perfect. Alright, now this is what else I've made up. Seems to this hive like the small area, I think. I've got two options. Option A, over here, I've built another nuke upper to go onto this one, so that I can turn this into a double stack nuke. Or I have this, which allows 5 frames in one side, or 6 frames, whatever you want, right down to, I think it's, you could have a minimum of 4. Yeah, you got to have a minimum of 4, because otherwise they'll get in past it. But this divider here is just 250 by 19 mil, 250 long, 19 wide. Oh, sorry, geez, 250 deep, 19 wide, and then just some 19 by 19 Moranti, I think it is, and I've cut just here to make a little beveled edge. So the centre of this has got this rail, so that rail will butt up nicely against that and seal that side off from this side, and I can put a feeder in, keep a spare couple of frames that are ready to go into this when need be, just to move it along, whatever the case may be. So at 5 frames in this side, I could either go to the 8 frame double stack nuke, or just do this and open the whole lot up and transfer everything over to this box. And then of course at that stage you wouldn't be putting these on it anyway. They'd just be a total waste of time. You'd just take the queen excluder out, put the wire mesh on top and slap on the lid and keep it as a single box. And then later on, once they've got all of this sorted out and the numbers are good, then step up to the Flow-hive on the top. When they start getting that ready, then chuck the Ceracell rounds on top. So, well, that's that. And now it is time to get in and have a look at these fellows. I'm going to grab a suit and I'm going to just have it here just in case, but I've got a feeling that I'll be pretty much alright. I was working around these guys a fair bit the other day and they were just so chilled out that I don't think I'd need a suit. I think there was only one sting in a glove, and that was while I was handling them a lot, doing the transfer. I've been out here quite a fair bit through the days, just sitting here watching how they're going, keeping an eye on the numbers, making sure they're not getting robbed, and I've had a couple of bees bump into me, but that's about it. So I'll give it a go. Alrighty guys, see you shortly. Alright, so I got that set up there. I wussed out. So I put the suit on. I've got to ride my motorcycle later. So it's just a lot more comfortable to do it with hands that aren't swollen up. Alright, so I've got the nuke top set up down beside it so that if it does need it, it's there straight away. Now I'll get suited up, put some gloves on, and then I'll take it apart and see what's going on inside, and if it needs the extra, or maybe I could even just put it straight into a divided down 10 frame. I know I do have 2 more bee removal jobs to do here in Peterborough over the coming couple of weeks, so I do need to keep that in mind, and they are both, from what I can gather, good size. Well, these ones are from homes anyway. There's a couple of others from trees, but one of which is being particularly stubborn, doesn't want to leave where they are. I think I'm going to have to do a full trap out for that one, but it might be an idea to leave that till spring. That way they don't starve out. Yeah, it's going to be a hard one, that one. But with this, I may also be able to get some queen cells down the track for doing that one if the queen doesn't decide to come out with the rest of the hive. So let's get this one going, shall we? Get that out of the way first. Not always the easiest to do this stuff on the walking stick, but let's see who's doing what, shall we? There's nothing going on in that. There's absolutely nothing going on in that. They are filling this with pollen and honey. I'm not quite sure whether you'll see that well or not. starting to draw that comb out and make the actual honeycomb. Oh yes, yes, that's what I like to see. Now this has got some weight in it already. And you're already starting to fill a lot of that with honey. Just trying to look for some eggs if there are any. Yep, we have eggs. It's down in this whole area. There are eggs. Little tiny white grubs. So, I like that. We have honey and grubs. So that explains the amount of pollen I've been seeing going in. Which is good. That's exactly what I wanted to see. It is only a little tiny hive, but it'll be alright. Actually, I might even swap these two over. I think I will. I'll put this drawn out wild frame. Just in here. Hopefully they'll start working all of that. So that's very good. They don't need the top box, but hopefully it may not be long. Hopefully. I'd say they've already put about 1 kilo worth of honey in that far one, and they've already started to draw the wax out on this one, so that's good. I sure wonder. That's what I thought. This foundation back into shape a bit more, I think. I've actually started to draw out quite a lot of this. I don't know if you can see, but all the way up to here is drawn out at least a couple of mil. So they're working well on that. But this stuff that's already drawn out, the old comb, that'll A, be a good insulator at night, because we are starting to get coldish nights now. So it'll be good for that. and they can just start storing straight in it. They don't need to keep making wax straight away, which they can put their energy to different things. And right now getting some stores up for winter is pretty important. So the top I didn't need to get after all, which is pretty good. Well, you know, not really, but it's a spare. And they are going exceptionally well, doing all the right things, and the queen is doing her thing, which is perfect. And that's that. Alrighty guys and girls, that's about it. I'll put the top cover on this in a sec, and I'll go and edit this video down and chop out all of the time I was doing other crap in between. Alright, see you later guys, have a good day, and enjoy the sunshine while it's still around, because I think that there's been some woolly weather coming in. Alrighty guys, see you later, have a good day.